morning. Today is April 14th, 2025. I am going to be doing a tour today to see various properties with some clients. And I thought it'd be fun if I just kind of did a video of how it kind of works. So this way people who are considering coming down and doing a tour and buying property, they kind of understand what to expect. These are clients that I met a couple years ago through my other company, through Cross Border Investment. They are not 100% positive what they want right now. If they want just an investment property that they'll use a couple weeks a year, or if they want to kind of make Vallarta more of a home that they spend like 6 months a year at. So that's obviously, what they decide there will depend on what type of property they're going to get. So today's Monday. On Friday, we went around and we saw mostly condos and one house in the romantic zone. And today we are seeing two houses and condos on the South Shore. They fly out today. So they're just, it's a quick weekend trip basically. When clients come in like this, I try to pack in as much as possible, especially for those who aren't quite sure exactly what they want. I kind of feel like we need to just, blanket it and see as much as possible, within their price range and within their wish list. Like, if you need minimum 2 bedrooms, etc. So this way, when they go home, when they go back to the States, they have, a lot to think about. They really have a lot to compare and can kind of start narrowing down. Okay, well, are we okay with this neighborhood? Are we okay with this type of building? In the case of these clients, are they okay with, a condo versus a house, etc. So, we're really trying to do a variety of stuff. It's very different, this kind of a tour, than if someone says, my budget is this and I want a 2-bedroom condo, walking distance in the romantic zone that I'm going to use mostly for investment purposes and a couple weeks of the year. I mean, that is a lot more focused on this. With these types of situations, I try to blanket and try to get in as much variety as we can in very little time. So that's what we'll be doing today. I will try and take videos at all the properties and maybe even a bit in the car, because today, because of the locations, we're going to be driving from property to property. On Friday, because we're in the romantic zone, we really walked from one to another. So hopefully I'll be able to take a lot of video today. I'm not the best at that, but hopefully I'll be good today. So this way, those of you watching at home in the States and Canada can have a better feel of what it's like to spend a day doing properties here in Vallarta. So we are in Avalon in 502. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It is 2,575 square feet. It comes fully furnished. Look at these spectacular views. You can see one of the 2 pools here. And this is the 3rd showing we've done today so far. And we're an hour in. So this is the 4th showing of today. That was my finger. So you can see here in Avalon, some of these with these back windows is spectacular. This is the same price as the previous unit that we saw in Avalon. This is unit 305. It has about 300 more square feet. We had seen 502. This is a corner unit. It's 2 floors below than the previous one. So we'll see that we have a bit of a tree line in the view. Another thing that's really great about this unit is they've closed off that flex space, and you can use that as an office or a 2nd bedroom. I'm going to open it so you can see what it looks like. This is the view out here. That's the green pool over there. If you open it up, then we have all this office space, or could be a TV room, or what have you. Ángel, which is in Amapas on Hortensia Street. This house is listed at 1.895. Oops. It's around 6,400 square feet. There's a principal house, which is, I just walked through the living area. And then there's kind of a separate apartment. Doesn't have a separate entrance, but a separate apartment downstairs. So the main house will have the 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. And then the apartment will have 1 bedroom and 1.5 baths. So we are not even an hour and 45 minutes into our tour today. We have seen 4 condos and now this house. Just really trying to get an idea of what's available for our clients. This is a beautiful house. And contact me if you want more information and we can see other parts of this beautiful property. Okay, so here we are in the unit Zion. This is listed at 1.695. It was a 4-bedroom, 4-bath that they converted the master bedroom into more living area. So this was like that where the arches are, that area was the master bedroom and then it connected to the master bath. Right now it's 3 bedrooms but can be easily converted back to 4. It's just under 3,000 square feet. 1.7, just under 1.7, sorry. And you can see the views from here. So this is the pool. You can see the romantic zone just over here. Okay, so the first showing we did this morning was at a building called La Cima. And the clients really liked the building and liked the particular unit. So I thought it'd be a good idea if we could see another unit in the same building. Just different, you know, obviously different view, different style, similar square footage, similar layout. So we're in La Cima 3 in Amapas. It's 2-bedroom plus flex, and then we have this extra room as well. The flex can be used as another bedroom or as a den, and then we have 3 full baths. I think it's at 1.7. It's this is like our 7th showing today, I think. And I think we're starting to get a good idea. Our clients are starting to get a good idea of what is available. We've seen all across the prices. We've seen houses and condos, and I think they're really starting to get a good idea of really, you know, what is available, of what they're liking, etc. So that's what we're doing today. Hello, so here we are in Casa Sur. This is a property that I'd seen with my clients earlier in the week. Sorry, I should say on Friday of last week, so a couple of days ago. We are back here for a second showing. I think that once we've been looking around, seeing various condos and the few houses that are available, that being beachfront and having this much square footage is pretty nice. So Casa Sur is just over 5,000 square feet. This is a home. It's walking distance to the romantic zone. It is 3 levels, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 half baths. And this is our second showing here. And yeah, so beautiful house. Okay, so to just recap, this is the day after we did our final tour with my clients. So again, on Friday, today's now Tuesday, on Friday, we went and we saw a bunch of condos and 1 villa in the romantic zone. We probably saw, including pre-construction, we probably saw about 8, no, I think we saw like 12 units actually. And then yesterday, which was Monday, we kind of changed gears a little bit and went to properties, condos, and 1 house on the South Shore. So basically no further really than Amapas. They want to be really close to the romantic zone. So we went up on the hill in Amapas, and although we saw some really beautiful condos with spectacular views, etc., they later on, after we saw everything, they kind of used that as a process of elimination and decided that they didn't want to be up a hill because they thought it'd be a little challenging without a car. And then so we saw some condos that were on the beach in Lower Amapas, and we saw one, and they really liked that one. It was a really nice condo, right on the beach, and very close to downtown. So I think that now after the showings yesterday, we went back to Casa Seward. So we saw Casa Seward on Friday and again yesterday. I think that I left them at their hotel because they had a driver to take them to the airport. And, at this point, I feel like I did a really good job, to be honest, in terms of a very short period of time. We saw a lot of different properties, in terms of location, in terms of price point, houses versus condos. Right now in Vallarta, well, in that part of Vallarta, there's not a lot of houses available, so we kind of saw what is available. So I feel like the clients left having a good idea of what's available and kind of more focused on their look, on their search. I think that, at least my opinion, I kind of have an idea of where we ended and what they'll be looking for. So I kind of think they're really interested in Casa Seward, which is a fantastic house, and also maybe a condo on the beach. We only saw one on the beach, but there's not, I checked yesterday, there's only a couple available. There's only like 3 others available right now. So I'm going to send them the information of the other ones that are available. Again, the clients flew back yesterday, and then so what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to send them the information of the condos that we didn't see that they might be of interest. I'm going to send them more information about Casa Seward. And I'm also going to send them, kind of what's next if they want to make an offer, what documentation I'll need to be able to write up their offer. So this way, if they decide that they want to move forward on something, they're ready to go, basically. But again, I feel, hopefully they found a property that they like, and hopefully, hopefully they want to make the plunge and buy a property here in Vallarta at this point. But if they're not ready, if it just works out that none of these properties are the one that they want to buy, I do feel like I did a good job. I'm tooting my own horn, but I do feel like I did a good job in terms of, showing them what's available, explaining to them the differences. We got into a lot of properties very last minute. So I feel like they at least went back to the States having a really good notion of, if they buy a property in Vallarta, what it will be like, what their budget will be like, how many bedrooms they can expect, location they can expect. And I think now it's kind of a decision is this what we want to do? So, so that's my recap of the last couple of days. I hope this video has been helpful for those who are not here to kind of understand how touring would work. I'm going to try and do another one in the future, just to give another perspective. But yeah, thank you very much.